terms of Fopi, last question before you get to what you got to get to.
Right.
In terms of Fopi with Brother Quinat, Elder Quinat, is it possible, because he also feels that you are ducking, that you are running, will you consider, and he's starting to give you respect, you know, he talked to you with respect, will you consider debating him on, it ain't got to be the Swamp Tribe, it could be something else?
You know what I'll tell you, right? You remember when we first started this conversation,
gotta bring in a lot of
and you said, what's our greatest, like, why do we think we're so above everybody? And I said brotherhood, right? What a lot of these brothers like to do, right? This is like my ace, this brother right here. He's my ace. I'll kill, like, I will defend him with my life, right?
If I bring my brother, this is my little brother, if I bring my brother with me to the cookout, can he get in with me?
No.
If I bring my brother, this is my little brother, if I bring my brother with me to the cookout, can he get in with me?
No.
If I bring my brother, this is my little brother, if I bring my brother with me to the cookout, can he get in with me?
No. This is like my ace, this brother right here. He's my ace. I'll kill, like, I will defend him with my life, right?
So if there was a little white baby coming by and he was hungry, would y'all feed the white baby?
No.
So if there was a little white baby coming by and he was hungry, would y'all feed the white baby?
No. This is like my ace, this brother right here. He's my ace. I'll kill, like, I will defend him with my life, right? And so people can't get to me. So in not getting to me, they might try to mess with my man right here because they can't get to him either. And then his information is impeccable. Nobody's refuted his 12-tribe chart. But what they do is then try to attack him personally and then try to come to me and be a brother. How much of a brother I would be to my actual brother if another brother that's disrespecting my brother comes to me and say, let's debate. And then I go to Tazaryach and say, Tazaryach, man, I'm gonna go ahead and debate such and such. You know what I mean? I know he was talking. No, Tazaryach is not gonna say that. Because Tazaryach is gonna look at me sideways like, how you gonna entertain a debate because it's going to benefit them, it's not benefiting me. How am I going to entertain a debate when they're constantly disrespecting him and never went to him and made amends with him? You don't make amends with a man by going to someone else that's friends with him. You have to make amends with that man. And if you're not doing that, you can't talk to me about a debate. That shows your lack of brotherhood, because debate or not, if we are brothers, it shouldn't matter. So no, Quinat, I mean, no, I can't do that. I am a brother. I know how to be a brother.
I'm gonna give y'all a precept. You understand? You lightly speak evil on Christ. Like people use that to justify their lack of brotherhood as to why they broke off from their brothers. They like they turn around and you're in an Israelite group. You get into a fight with somebody, you go start another Israelite group. Or you went to one, nah, this wasn't a good fit. You go to another, nah, this isn't a good fit. Then you start your own. It just so happens that the Israelite group that you're in charge of, now all of a sudden, this is a good place. Because nobody's telling you what to do here. The problem is the same people who want to talk about the unity are in their fourth Israelite group. But once again, that Israelite group is the one because you're the head of it, huh? That Israelite group is the one because now you're in charge. And once again, anything that I'm telling you is based on directly what's in these scriptures, because I'm not trying to be divisive here. I'm trying to wake you up and let y'all see the truth. I'm trying to let y'all see the error of your ways.
That's funny.
Can you clarify the statement about the white man being closer to the Hebrews than the African? Can you clarify that? Do you still believe that?
In the biblical narrative, you know, colorism is something. Me and my Ray was watching this documentary yesterday, and we was talking about colorism. So when people hear me say that, you know, they start thinking about what Africans, you know, got kinky hair. Africans may have big lips or eyes, and the skin color is black and all that. Then you think of this hairy bastard, the white man. You know, hair stringy, you know, red hair, blue eyes, and, you know, the destructive nature of him. And so you get in your feelings about it. From the biblical narrative, we're Jacobites or Israelites. We come from Jacob. In the biblical narrative, Esau is the so-called white man today.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Your brother Mark.
Mama Wap.
Want to bring forth a quick hit on this chapter in 1 Samuel, chapter 16, right? It seems that a lot of people I see are confused about King David's complexion. What complexion was he? Some say it doesn't matter. Some say it does matter. Let's just get it real quick. Let's give it to you. Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 12.
Okay.
First, let's get it in the King James Version. All right. I'll read it. It's the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 12. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and withal of a beautiful countenance and a goodly to look to. And the Lord said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. Now, it says that David was ruddy and of beautiful countenance. Let's see what the Zondervan Bible Dictionary has to say about that. Let's see what the word ruddy means.
This is the word ruddy in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. A word used to refer to a red or fair complexion, in contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrews.
Dark skin of the Hebrews. So the Hebrews were dark skinned, and David was a little bit lighter than the Hebrews, hence light skin of lighter hue. Right? Let's get what you got. What else you got there?
This is 1 Samuel chapter 16 in the International Standard Version. Verse 12. So he sent and brought him. He had a dark, healthy complexion with beautiful eyes, and he was handsome. The Most High said, Get up and anoint him, for this is the one.
David was a brown man. You see it. So we just want to bring forth some quick, clear edification on what the word ruddy means, different versions, what it says.
In the biblical narrative, Africans descend from Ham. They don't descend from Shem. So in the biblical narrative, we're not connected to Hamites, but we are connected to Edomites. We're connected to Arabs. We're connected to Chinese and Japanese. We're connected to East Indians. We're connected to anyone from the line of Shem is who black people are connected to. Ham is connected to the line of Ham. Then you have the Japhetic people, they're connected to the line of the Japhites. So that's all we're saying. Now, when people usually say, well, you mix with this or you mix with that, I'm not saying nobody ever mixed with nobody. But you're still the seed of your father. I sent you that scientific evidence. I think I texted to you, where in the North Carolina University, they did the study and they said, which I could pull up if I need to, in the North Carolina University, they pulled up the study that said, although you get the same amount of chromosomes from your mother and your father, the portion that makes up and identifies who you are comes from your father. So even if Israelites mix with other nations, those children are still the seed of their father. So it's not like we disappeared or anything like that. So we just tell the truth. So the truth is, if we're Israelites, we're not connected to Hamites or Africans at all.
All right, Cap, that concludes the answer. Right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so we're moving on to the brother Cedric. Brother Cedric, glad to have you. If you can, just simply introduce yourself and then get straight to the question and say it cleanly for the captain.
Most definitely, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to state my question. I'm also an apostle and also a prophet too. But I would say this question coming from Ephesians 2 in verse 19. It says something, and I'm glad that when the discussion that he had was about the word the saints, because it kind of builds from what we're building on in Ephesians verse 2 and 19.
Yeah, this ain't time for you to prophesy, Apostle. Just ask your question.
Yeah, most definitely. So Ephesians 2 and 19, it says this, now therefore you are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God. It built from verse 11 saying, wherefore remember that you are being in past times Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Brother Cedric,
I know, but my question is this.
Yeah, that's all we need, brother.
My question is this, because I'm building up on the word of God, is who were the strangers and the foreigners that are now made fellow citizens with the saints?
No problem. What I'm going to tell you is what I told that sister. Don't ever call yourself an apostle or prophet or whatever it is you qualified yourself. I need to certify you first. That's what I'm going to first point out. Psalm 69 and 8. I am become a stranger unto my brethren and an alien unto my mother's children. That's what David said. David was an Israelite.
Psalm 69, to the chief musician upon Shoshanim, a psalm of David. Save me, O God, for the waters are come in unto my soul. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I am come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary of my crying. My throat is dried. Mine eyes fail while I wait for my God. They that hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of mine head. They that would destroy me, being mine enemies wrongfully, are mighty. Then I restored that which I took not away. O God, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake, O God of Israel. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach, shame hath covered my face. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproach thee are fallen upon me.
Stranger is not a race. When you read 2 and 12, that lets you know who the strangers are in 19. Because as if anybody was paying attention, I brought out the prodigal son. When Christ gave that parable, the one son knew that was the one brother knew that was his brother, but did not want him to be a fellow citizen anymore because that brother left. So when you read 2 and 12, it says that at that time you were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenant of promise, which I've already established, and Marcus has yielded that the promises only go to Israel. Y'all need to build up Marcus. Don't try to come up here. Y'all doing a terrible job. So the promise right there, once we see that word promise, we know the word stranger in 2 and 19 can only apply to an Israelite that at one time was afar off, because he might be in Rome. He might be in Cappadocia. He might be in Galatia, because he's not in Israel. So he's a stranger. Now he's back to being a fellow citizen and being allowed to come back. I yield.